Peace and greetings, everyone. This is Jahi Farr, and I'm creating this particular video to touch on what I believe is a very, very important topic, and it's dealing with that of inheritance and things that we pass down to the youth of our family and that probably of our community too. So the youth in our community. So things that we pass down to people we care about. And I have the privilege, and I have been privileged to work with and be able to dialogue and talk with peoples of all walks of life, people from Africa, the continent of Africa, the continent of Asia, Europe, South America. And in talking to these individuals, most of them feel the same way I do, in the same way we do here in America. We want to pass down something to our youth, something that will allow them to be in a better state than we are currently. Okay, and I believe that's very great and that's very commendable, you know, for us always to want to pass something down. And then again, in those conversations, the main things that come up when talking about inheritance and things that we want to pass down, it usually touches on, of course, business, a nest egg or some money, real estate, probably some jewelry, and then that of probably transportation. So those are the five basic things that most people, again, across all walks of life, want to pass down to their youth. And I believe that is very important. And me being 30 years old with two daughters, I'm also in the planning stage of passing or preparing to pass things down to them. So I'm working at establishing things to pass down to my babies, and of course that to people who I mentor in the community. So leaving that legacy behind and being able to pass down that inheritance, I think that's very important. Again, most responsible people feel obligated to pass down things to people that they care about. Okay. But I have to add that the ultimate inheritance is that of health. Because when we think about it, we pass down a business. If a person's not mentally healthy, then he will not be able to be diligently and analytically capable of dealing with and making that business stay afloat. More importantly, if we pass down money to our youth and allow them to go on vacation, if they're in a state of, of degenerative health, meaning they're going through arthritic conditions, or they're going through asthma and bronchial conditions, or they're going through pelvic pain due to menstruation or heavy bleeding, or they're going through gout, or they're going through any of the degenerative diseases that we see in our community, you know, diabetes, kidney disease, then they won't be able to enjoy that vacation anyhow. Okay, so that's very important to consider. Among or above all the things that we want to pass down to our youth, the top of the list should be that of healthy habits. And not just having things written on the wall to say, okay, we do this, but for us as the adults to lead by example, to eat more fruits and vegetables, to drink more water, to do more exercise, to practice more meditation, to do camping trips, to do hiking trips, things that get us outside of the polluted communities of Baltimore City into a more oxygenated and alkaline environment where our bodies can ascend, okay? And we can become more alkaline in our thinking, in our actions, in our ability to communicate. Everything will rise when you're in a more clean and alkaline environment. So again, the habits must be passed down. We must begin to adopt habits within our lives as adults in order for the youth to come behind us and begin to practice those habits as well. Again, the ultimate inheritance is health. I remember hearing about, I forgot this individual name, but he was a millionaire. He was a millionaire. And this brother, his quote was, he would pay all of his money to stop his prostate from hurting. This brother was in pain. He was in physical pain every time he had to use the bathroom. So he couldn't even enjoy the money that he accumulated over his life because his number one priority was not health. So now that he achieved that monetary status in life, he was willing to give it all away because he wanted to experience health. That's something to think about. So when we're out here and we're living in this rat race, we have to remember and keep in the forefront of our mind that nothing exceeds health. Because with health, you can achieve all things. You can enjoy all things when you have health. Even, what was the brother named? Apple, Steve Jobs. This brother, all of the issues, the health issues, and he was a very smart intellectual being and had all of the money that most people want in terms of being rich and wealthy. This brother had money, billions of dollars. But in terms of his health was degenerative. So millionaires and billionaires willing to give all that they have, all of their inheritance away, just for health. That's something to think about and something to consider. Health is very important to the enjoyment of life. Without health, without the ultimate inheritance, you won't be able to enjoy that business or that real estate or that money or that jewelry or that transportation, that nice car that's passed down to you if you're not first taking into account your health, the health of your mind, the health of the body, and then the health of the total, which is the spirit, mind, and body. Very, very important. And then the second thing that I want to touch on, which relates directly to that, is that of bringing in life or bringing life into this environment, you know, having kids. So if any of the people who are watching this video, if you're in a state that your wife or your husband are preparing to have children, think about passing on health to them. Okay? Think about putting your bodies, both your bodies, in a state of healthiness before you conceive that child. Some of the things you can do, you can soak in some alkaline sea salt to clear out the physical acidity on the body. Eat some fruits and vegetables. Drink some alkaline water such as Fiji water. The pH or the power of hydrogen is high in that water. That will alkalize the body. So before you have sex with your wife or before your wife has sex with your husband, talk to each other about alkalizing your body, putting your body into a healthy state to pass along inheritance of health to the seed that you're about to procreate. Okay, I think that's very, very important because in today's day, we're seeing that more people are being born with degenerative diseases, not only because of the mother and father are in a degenerative state, but the environment that they're bringing them in addition to their state, is acidic. It's of a degenerative nature. Most youth are being born with bronchial issues, asthma, emphysema, eczema, you know, diabetes, it's juvenile diabetes, lupus, autoimmune diseases. A lot of youth are being born with that, or what we call the ADHD. People are being born with that, the hyperactivity. And it has a lot to do with the parents, but also the environment not being conducive for procreation of life. So I think that's very important too in terms of passing that inheritance of health. With health, we can incur and grab hold of anything else in life. You can gain business. You can gain money. You can gain jewelry. You can gain transportation, real estate, anything, as long as you have health. And as long as you continue to practice healthy habits, you can gain all of those other things. Very, very important. And I believe that is important because, again, we tend to leave that out. That's always secondary. I need to get this business up and running first, man. I need to get this money first, man. I need to pay these bills first. What about your health? Are you suffering from high blood pressure? Are you suffering from diabetes? Well, forget that. That's going to have to come later. The business, get your health. So once your health is in tune, then you can focus mentally on building that business. You can focus emotionally on building that relationship. Or you can focus socially and be effective at building that, that business once your health is in order. Okay? Again, health is the ultimate inheritance. I remember another song. It was by the brother Wyclef Jean, and it was a jewel that he threw out in the song from the Refugees. I forget the name of the song, but the premise of it was, you're looking at my watch, but my mind is the diamond. My mind is the diamond, meaning, man, everything that you see, this Rolex watch that I have, this jewelry that I have from, it stems from the healthiness of my mind and the capability of my mind. My mind is healthy, so out of my mind, I can produce all of that otherworldly stuff. Health is the ultimate inheritance. Like always, all questions, comments, concerns are welcome. This is Jahi Farr. Have a great day. Bye.